everyone, welcome to Sweet Tomato Vine Homestead. I'm Linda. Today I'm in my garden and I am about to work on the irrigation system. First I got to let the chickens out because I know they're ready to come out. Let's let it. Morning. Hey y'all little chickadees. Hey little chickadees. Good morning. Y'all got water. Y'all got some food. Now they are going after their breakfast. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the watering done, and then I'll come back and we'll work on the drip. The whole garden is shaded, so I'm going to go ahead and water while the garden is shaded. And y'all, that is why this drip irrigation is so important, because if you miss coming out early in the morning and getting your watering done, then you're going to be in the heat of the day. This is how shaded it is out here this morning, so I'm going to make good use of this time. Go ahead and get everything watered in. Well, this is how shaded this garden is this morning, so I'm going to make good use of this time and go ahead and get everything watered in while it is shaded like this. So let's get started. Okay, I want to stop and show you that the nasturtiums have begun to put on some bloom, so I'm excited about that. I planted my Jamaican sorrel out here a few days ago. It was just sitting in the trays that I had on my grow station, and you know, they weren't doing anything, so I bought them outside because what I mainly wanted them to do was to go ahead and get the germination. So I bought them outside and I sit them in the containers and, you know, let them harden off, and then I put them over here, so now they have really started to grow. I also placed some deal over here. And all, you know, these plants were tiny when I put them in here. So I said that because go ahead and get your plants off of your station, bring them out and put them into the, you know, once they make germination now, you can go ahead and bring them out. But if you're getting too hot in your area, put them in a shaded area, and this is going to be your hardening off. You won't have, don't leave them underneath the growth light for weeks like you did during the winter months. Go ahead and bring them outside. These are my tricolor beans, and they have germinated. And this is the cilantro. Right there are my cucumbers. Y'all, look at the blueberries. I want to just take a break and stop and eat some blueberries. But y'all, I am trying to get it done. I keep seeing things that I want to get done. Like I want to go ahead and I want to fill this Dollar Tree stackable with some plants. I have not done that. I need to mulch some of my containers, like my strawberries. I haven't done that yet. But y'all, this is how important getting this water set to these plants. I need to go ahead and get that taken care of as much as I possibly can, and then I can take care of all these things later. Yeah, I had to give me one of those blueberries. I could not resist it. Yeah, that's so good. I want to go back and get some more. But I got to keep watering. And y'all, don't think that setting up your irrigation is supposed to prevent you from checking on your groceries. You got to know when it's time to harvest. So those early morning and late evening walks in your garden, they're still going to be very necessary so that you can see what's growing, what needs to be harvested, what may not even be getting water running to. I want to show you all my 1/4-inch tubing. I have two different 1/4-inch tubings. This one is a black 1/4-inch tubing, and it is just plain all the way around. It doesn't have any holes or anything in it. But the brown 1/4-inch tubing has holes in it, and those holes are emitters, water emitters, and they are every 6 inches in this tubing. I'll put it really close so you can see it. See those holes? Every 6 inches, and that is going to disperse water out. So this is what I'm going to use in my raised beds. I'll be connecting it to some of the 1/2-inch tubing, not the 1/4-inch, the 1/2-inch tubing. I will be connecting this to it and running it along the bed so that the water can come out and water my beds. And then these, I'm going to be connecting these emitters to the 1/4-inch black tubing, and I'll be putting it like to some of my individual, like trees in my container. I also got some shut-off valves, and so I never used these shut-off valves before. I'm going to be trying to use these, but I just want to show you all some of the things and let you know that I am doing my I'm getting started on my drip irrigation in my south garden. And so this is what the shutoff valve looks like. And you would put this onto your hose, your 1/2-inch that you run to your bed. I'm going to show you when I do this. I'm going to show you when I do this part. So y'all, let's get back to the irrigation. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is to make a cut in this 1/2-inch hose right here. And I'm going to try to get this 1/2-inch hose set up to water these 2 raised beds. It is in between 2 beds. Okay, so as you can see, there's a bed here and there's a bed here. So I'm going to cut this 1/2-inch tubing, and I'm going to connect one to this end and then a hose to that end. And I'm going to use this connector right here so that I can connect to those 2 hoses, then connect the hose going that way and connect the hose going that way. And I just need enough hose to run up to this bed. If I need to, I can cut some of the hose off if I need to. I'll put it right here. running right here, comes to this hole, to come to this bed. I'm going to run it up to this bed. So I'm gonna put it in the center, and I'm gonna run it up to right here. So I'm gonna need to cut that again, and then I'm gonna need to add another connector, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So the connector that I'm gonna have to use is gonna be a elbow, and I'm just gonna connect the elbow, and then I'll put part on this end and part on another pipe that I'm gonna have to have going up to this bed, because that's the only way I'm gonna be able to run it to this bed. So I'm gonna get 2 elbow connectors. When you're putting your beds down, it'd be good if you put them down where you can, with this irrigation in mind. But when I put mine down, I did not have irrigation in mind. So that's why I'm just, right now, just gonna have to go with the flow. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to have this pipe right here. I'm gonna need to connect it to run into that pipe once I connect it with this elbow, and then to run into this bed. So I'm gonna cut it a little longer than what I think, because you can always go back and cut some more if you cut it too long. So now I'm gonna connect this with the elbow. I'm gonna put part in here. As I said, there are other elbows that you can get. I think I went with these because they were the cheapest. Okay, so now I have that in. Well, make sure you get it pushed in as good as you can. And as I said, it helps to get these kind of loosened up by having them laying in the sun. Okay, so I got it as far as it can go. Either laying in the sun or you can put it in some hot water. Well, I've been just trying to do it. I'm just pushing on. Okay, so now this is going to run up to this bed. And so now what I'm going to need to do, this is where my shutoff valve will go. So now I am going to push the landscape staple down here to hold this in place, and I'm gonna push it where the connector is, so I don't have to worry about getting too tight if I go through there. Okay, so now in order to push this on, it don't fit like this. I'm gonna have to put another elbow on, and then put another piece of pipe to this. So I need another elbow and another pipe. Now I have another elbow on. Make sure it's pushed in as far as it can go. And now I'm going to connect more to it, another piece of tubing. This time I'm only going to connect with a small piece of tubing, because I don't need a large piece of tubing for this. I'm just going to use a small piece of tubing in order to get the shutoff valve on. Okay, so now there are no kinks. All I want to do right now is to get my shutoff valve on, and I don't even need this much. I can cut this a little bit more. As long as I have enough room for this fitting to go in all the way and not bump into my other fitting. Okay, so now I have a shut-off valve on here. So now I am ready to connect my other tubing. In the other tubing, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get this to stay right here. I need this to stay. But and I just realized something also is that I'm not gonna be able to leave this high because otherwise my tubing is gonna be in the air. So what I need to do is to see if I can remove this tubing. And y'all, these fittings are, once you get them in, they don't want to come out. And really, you don't really want them to come out, but in that case, I need them to come out. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this to right here. And then I'm going to reinsert this. Now, it's better. Okay, so now I got my shut-off valve right here. Okay, as I told you all, I'm going to need 2 of these that has the emitters already in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one and run it along the length of the bed. Don't have to be completely all the way because this water is going to flow. So now that I have the spot that I think is going to be all right, I just want to make sure I don't cut into the emitter. I need to have room to stick my little plugs in. So now I'm going to need another one of these. And this one's going to be different because the emitter is going to be in a different place, but I'm still going to cut it around the same length. That don't mean that it's right, but that means that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I really need to weed this bed too. Y'all, you can't do everything, but and I know y'all don't want to watch me weed this bed. I don't have a bucket, but I like to have a bucket so I won't have to just be tossing weeds, because then that makes you do the work twice. You got to pull the weeds, and then you toss them, and then you got to come back and pick them up. Or if you have a bucket right here behind you, you pick your weeds out, put them in your bucket, and then the only thing you have to do is take them and throw them in the compost. Okay, I'm gonna get the bucket. I can watch me pull the weeds from one bed. Let's try to do it fast. Oh my goodness, ants, 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 and more ants. There they go. I'm glad I found out that they were in here before I started laying down this irrigation. And then, you know, they come out on me and I not know that they in there. At least they didn't get a chance to get me. I don't think. It's on my glove. I don't see nothing. This bed has not been completely planted yet, so it's good to go ahead and get your irrigation in if you possibly can. You know, if you've already planted the bed, you still need to put some irrigation in. But if you can, go ahead and before you plant the bed up, put your irrigation in. And this is the bed that I recently harvested the beets out of. There was some weeds in here, but a lot of these weeds have grown in since I harvested those beets. So these beds, when they don't have anything in them, weeds will grow. Yeah, I know I got the bucket over there, but I got some area back here that I can throw these on, and so we got mold, you can run over there with the lawnmower. That's where the ants are, right there, where I really need to get. Okay, so I got most of those weeds out. I'm gonna come around here and get those out the ant area, not to get bitten by any little pesky ants. Oh, they got mad. Woo! Throw it over there like this. How many I threw on it? Yep, they got angry. Okay. Now, since I have gotten the hose, okay, where's the one I cut? Is it? Yeah, this is it. Okay, this is the one that I cut that is going to have the two pieces of the 1/4 inch tubing that already has the emitters in it. Get the weeds out of the way. I still want to pull some weeds, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and just wait till these ants settle down some. And I'm going to put these in here, and I'm going to have to put them in here like this. And then I'm going to plug the other end up so the water won't come out of the other end. Because if you don't plug the other end up, the water will just be shooting straight through. So I'm going to plug one end up, and I'm going to connect the other end here. And in order to do that, I have to punch some holes first. So this is another thing that you're going to need, something to punch some holes with. And so they have these in different styles. I wanted the one that looked like it made the job the easiest. And I think that it really does, because the other one that I had, it just was awkward to hold on to it, to me. That was my opinion. Okay, so now I got a hole right there. I'm gonna move down here and put another hole. So now I'm gonna put a connector here and here. And I'm gonna go ahead and plug the other end up. I already showed you what I call the goof plug that I gonna plug the other end up with. So I'm gonna show you the connector. And you will become familiar with all of these, but I'm just, like I said, showing you what I have to do in order to get my irrigation setup started. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to do this because I'm gonna have to, use my time that when it's not so hot out, and just when because you still got the weeding to do, you still got a lot of other things to do in the garden. So it would be nice if I could take an entire day and just do this. It might happen. I might make it happen. So I'm going to plug this stand up. So I don't think it matters which one of the ends that I plug that end up. I guess I could try to choose the end that end didn't have the emitter close to the end. So let's see if the other one don't have an emitter close to the end. But it has one. I'll go ahead and both of them has one. See that one? But this emitter is furnace. I think that's the same one. That's the same one. Glad I didn't do that. I would have had plugged up. So these are about the same. I would have had plugged up both ends of it, y'all. And this thing might not want to come out. So go ahead and put this one separate. Make sure I got this opposite one. So I'll just push this one in here. Make sure you get it in as far as they can go. Now I have to find some connectors so that I can go ahead and get these connected to my half-inch. This is a half-inch pipe. These are 40 inch. Half-inch tubing, 40-inch tubing. So now what I want is a connector. So the connector is going to have, I think these are those little things that are so hard to get in. Yeah, these are the ones that when I try to do these, usually I try to go inside the house, sit down, watch the TV with some pliers and try to get them in because they are so hard to go to me. And this is something that you really probably want to go ahead and, let's see, am I putting the wrong end? I'm putting the wrong end in, y'all. So this will help me some. Use the right end. Okay. So y'all, I told y'all I'm not a professional at this, so y'all, okay, so don't get mad. Okay, so now, see, this is, the water's gonna shoot out of this. I was trying to think that it has to come out of this end, but this is gonna make it a little bit easier. I'm pushing it in. I kind of have to twist on it, but it is going in. But doing a couple of them is not that bad. But once you start sitting up and doing 50 of them, like I was doing when I was doing the East Garden, that's why I had to sit down and do those, because that was it was hard on my hands, because you don't want to keep doing that same motion over and over. So this be something you can get kids and grandkids to help push in. Maybe they'll hang out with you for a few minutes. They always say, well, go ahead and you make these kids do what you want them to do. You tell them. And these kids don't care about that. You tell them, I'm going to take your game. Well, you take my game, I got TV. You take my TV, I got a computer. You take my computer, I got a phone. So these kids don't care nothing about none of that. You threaten them times, yeah, you going to go get the belt. These kids don't even understand nothing about no belt. That used to work on us. Mama said she'll get the belt, then hey, we gonna get moving. You tell these kids today you go and get a belt. Uh-oh. Problem. Okay, so what? Yep, that was wrong. Let's take these out, y'all. I might have to cut my, it's coming out. It's coming out real easy. And I think I may have made my hole better because, I thought it was coming out. Y'all was doing it, twisting it around. It was going around in a circle. Okay, I do not want to have to cut these out, but it looks like they're gonna have to get cut. It looks like I'm gonna have to cut this and lose these two pieces because, okay, I hope that's not an emitter right there. Nope, that's not an emitter. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can pull this out. It might be easier to just go ahead, just let it go. But see, this thing has some other things on it, so I'm gonna try to see if I can push one of these. Let's see. How would I put it in here? Don't look like none of these are for this. Okay, don't let nobody tell y'all that doing this is fun, because it's not. Okay, so I have to see y'all in a minute. Okay, I'm in the house. Okay, I'm in the house, and I decided to try the hot water trick. You put the pipe or the hose, or what is this stuff? You put the tubing in the hot water, and then it loosens it up. And see, I got the other one in already. I'm holding the camera for myself, so I'm not gonna be able to show y'all me putting it in, but it went in, it goes in easily. Okay, so from now on, I will not be trying to avoid going and get that hot water, because the hot water works. So you want to keep this pointy end out, and that little round part is what you're going to be sticking into this into this 1/4 inch tubing. 1/4 inch tubing. This is what you're going to be using to, and these has the emitters, and so it's already got the hose in it, and it's going to disperse the water out into. What did I do with the hose that I cut? That I'm going to put these in. I think I may have taken them into the house. Why would I do that? Okay, let me see. Let me see if I took them in the house. Okay, so now I have my 1/4 inch tubings that I am going to connect to my 1/2 inch tubing. And y'all, this may seem like a lot, but the actual technique is not that hard. It just sounds hard. It's not. Once you get started. Okay, so what I have to do now is connect it, because see, this is the part that I'm going to be connecting. This is what it looks like. And I have put the little hole in here, and this should just pop in. You'll hear the pop, and so that is in. And go ahead and get the other one in. I want them all the way up to the where it can't go anymore. So now, all that is left to do is connect this to my tubing right here with my shut-off valve on it. Go ahead and get that where you can see it. And this is going to run down the length of my bed. Try not to disturb these ants and make them mad. And I'm going to push this into this. Okay, so now all I need to do now is to get it set up where it can lay down, lay flat. And I'm just going to take some, whatever it takes. I may end up with some, I know I'm going to use some landscape staples. They're right here, so I'll go ahead and show you. Go ahead and get my glove back on. landscape staples. So I gotta figure out a way to get this to stay like I want it. But as for this part, it is not perfect. It's not perfect, but if I move these stakes out, I can do more. And I may have to put another hole right here and connect another one. And to realize I'm back over here. That's a shorter landscape staple. Might have to find some longer landscape staples. For one thing, I'm gonna go ahead and do the landscape staples. There are more weeds. You see, it's kind of in the air. And I'm also going to have to plug in this end. Oh, what I have to do to this end is I can put it's a thing that you put on here that you stop this. You're going to put a kink in the end. And this is going to stop the flow because otherwise the water will come out of this end also. So I could either use that. If not, I'm going to use a zip tie. Because you can use a zip tie to tie the end. Only thing you want to do is to kink it. So let's do that. Okay, I went and got my little case because I'm going to have to start putting my stuff back in here so that I can keep everything organized because I'm, getting ready to do my drip again, and I'm going to need to know where everything is because I'm doing a lot of running around looking for things. So this is the little thing that you're going to need. You can use a zip tie, but if you have these, go ahead and use this. But this is what's going to stop the end of your tubing. It's going to stop the water flow at the end. So the way that you would put this on is you would just put this on one end. Kind of tight. Put it on one end, bend it, and then push this back up. I probably need to bend it more, but I don't want to take away the length of my tubing. So it's shut off now. So this is going to keep the water from flowing any further. So now I still need to put, I think, one more hole. Like I said, the water will flow, but I think I need to put one more hole and one more of these 1/4 inch tubing with the emitters on this one. But for now, I am going to just go ahead and finish this up for today because I need to go ahead and harvest my egg. It is later now. It's much later, probably 1 o'clock. And so I've been out here for a long time, and I am ready for lunch. And so I'm going to stop for a break. And I really could have shut that off even more because I still have room for, I have some room for some more. I could have used the things on it. It's still, I cut it pretty long. So like I said, it's better to cut it too long than to cut it too short. am going to put another one on. I am very tempted to do it right now, except for the fact that I don't have my hot water out here. And I know that I'll have to go inside for that. I have tomato plants in this bed. I have 2 tomato plants in this bed, 3 tomatoes, 4. I have 4 tomato plants in this bed that I need to go ahead and prune them and stake them up. So that is something else that I will do after lunch. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, because this one is sitting up, and I don't want it to be sitting up like that, I am going to make another cut in this tubing, and I'm going to put another elbow on. So once I make the cut, I'm gonna make a cut right here, and then I will put on an elbow, and I'm gonna put another piece of tubing that's gonna allow this to lay flat. I want it to lay flat, and it is not laying flat. It is sticking up in the air. So as I said, as you're going through and doing this, you'll see something that needs to be done, and just go ahead and do it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and put this other, I'm gonna try to get this other one in here now. The other 1/4 inch, I'm gonna try to go ahead and put that in there also. So I went ahead and I got it in. It's doable. I did it out here without going back inside the house to use the water. But as I told you, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna change this. So I'm gonna put this in first. Make sure I get my hole punched in right. In the right spot. Put this in. Okay, now I'm going to use my new pruning shears. I got these Family Dollar. These are Family Dollar pruning shears. And I'm going to cut it right here. And this way, this is going to lay down. I needed to lay down flat. That just wasn't working for me, just sitting up in the air like that. So, eventually, I figure a way to get that to stand up. Probably stand up once I get this part fixed right. So now I'm going to have to cut another piece. And I'm going to need an elbow. The elbow is going to connect to this end, and then it's going to connect to the pipe that's going to go into that end. So really, I need 2 elbows. So let's get 2 elbows. So you all see that it's gonna take quite a few of these pieces to use when you're working, because you'll be like, okay, I need another one, and then if you don't have any more, then your project has to stop. So go ahead and start to accumulating some of these so that you can, it just depends on how big your garden is also, because if your garden is not that big, then you may not have to have so many. But I need to get another piece of this 1/2 inch tubing. Not gonna need a whole bunch. I want to make sure that I do have enough. So I'm gonna cut it right here. And if I don't need it all, then I'll just cut what I don't need. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put this elbow into this end. Okay, this is gonna connect to my portion that's gonna be laying inside the bed. So I had to raise it up and make sure you all can see it, and make sure those ants don't get me. Okay, so now I have that done, and now I'll just put the other elbow right onto this piece. And I definitely don't want this up this high. So I'm going to cut it. All right. There, and I have some landscape staples right here. Put my hand right in all these cats. Got a little windy there. I hope I ain't blowing the air from my face. Oh, that's my bucket is right there. What y'all chickens doing? What y'all doing? I don't know what happened. I didn't see what happened. The chickens all just acting like they laying an egg. I don't see nobody laying an egg, but everybody acting like they. Y'all see like these weeds growing while I'm pulling them out. Uh-oh. A tomato plant just came up. It got pulled up. It didn't just come up. I pulled it up accidentally. But I have to put it back. Where's the label so I can know what kind it is? What is going on? Is a snake trying to get in there or something? Do I need to go in the coop? My chickens just went crazy. Okay. I guess I need to take my shovel and go into the coop. Oh, what is shovel there? God, I do not see anything, but these chickens acting like something out here. Let's go see. But that made them be quiet, so I don't know. I didn't see anything. So y'all know why chickens act like that? Let me know. I don't know. They never done that before that I know of. Okay, so I need to get my tomato plant replanted. I'm gonna put it right here in the center. Plant it deep. I'm gonna go ahead and prune them while I'm over here in this area. And then I have a stake right here for this one. I'm not gonna use these zip ties to stake this. I'm gonna get my little clip. This looks like 2 tomato plants right here. I'm gonna pull them up, separate them, and plant them. Instead of having 2 tomato plants in the same hole. So I don't know what type of tomato this one is. I don't have a label. This one says this is Dr. White's. So that one's a sun gold. Then we have a Phoenix tomato. That both of these are Phoenix tomatoes. I'm gonna make sure I keep that. I can recognize a sun gold or something like that once they start getting fruit, but I wanted to know what, this is a new one to me, this Phoenix tomato. Called Phoenix tomato. So I need to know what that one is. Okay, but that bed is ready for whenever I turn the irrigation on. I won't be turning it on for a while until I get my other beds hooked up. Yeah, I found out why my chickens was acting like that. It was a cat out here. And I don't know if it's a regular cat or if it's what kind of cat, because it's got those colors like it could be, I don't know. Could be like a little wild cat. Well, yeah, he was creeping up the side. So that's why the chickens was acting like that. Yeah, I'm gonna stay out here. I'm staying out here. I'm gonna get a chair and I'm gonna sit right here.